Hello, dear student. Good morning. How are you? Dear student, as you know that today I am going to start new unit 7, Physiology and Injuries in Sports. So, dear student, in this chapter, basically you have to read about the physiology and injuries in sports. So, in physiology, you have to read about the different organs and how can we improve the fitness of our physical fitness component and all components which things are determined to developing all components of the physical fitness like strength, endurance, speed, coordination, flexibility. So these all things you have to read, and other things, injuries in sports. You know that many kinds of injuries uh, suffer different. There are many kinds of. They are all is sport person in their sports life. Every person they get injuries. So you know that without injuries, nobody can become a sport person. So if injuries happen during the playing any games or doing any kinds of exercise, then we can give the treatment ourselves, we can give the first aid ourselves. So we have to read about uh, in this chapter of basically of these things. So you know that the introduction of this chapter, our body is a complex functioning of various body systems. So you know that good working of human body needs proper functioning of various systems which make us from efficient. The scientific study of human body and its its system is considered as physiology. So thus physiology deals with the functioning of body systems and their effect. Through regular exercise, the physiological functions of body systems improve and thus body efficiency increase a lot. This chapter will help us to understand the functioning of various systems and their improvement through the regular exercises. So dear student, accident or injuries can occur to anyone, anywhere, and at any time. So injuries are common and frequent in sports irrespective of physical fitness. It is impossible to anticipate the time and place of accident. Injuries usually affect the health of individual and may be fatal. So injuries you can get may be fatal. The aggravation or damage caused by injuries can be reduced if proper medical care is provided to victim. So sports medicine is the branch of medicine which deal with first aid treatment, curing, prevention, diagnosis and rehabilitation of injuries caused in sports. So sports medicine gives us the knowledge about the curative and preventive aspects of sports injuries. So dear student, this was the little introduction about the physiology and injuries in sports. So you know that the scientific study of human body and its system is considered as physiology. So scientific study of human body, we have to study the scientific study of the body and its system considered as a physiology. So physiology factors determining endurance. So physiological fee factors are which determining endurance. So before the determining endurance factor, before reading the factors of the determining endurance, we have to understand that endurance is an important component of physical fitness. So dear student, you know that endurance is the important component of physical fitness. So whatever things we want to do any kinds of the work, so endurance capability is very important for any kinds of the for any sports, for any games and till life also. So endurance is a sustaining work for the long time. So it is an ability to without fatigue. So it is a ability to without fatigue. It is two types, aerobic and anaerobic endurance. So aerobic endurance, sustaining physical activity for long time in slow pace and continued presence of oxygen in muscles is called aerobic endurance. Anaerobic endurance refer to sustained physical activity in fast paced for a long time. So in fast paced activity we perform, that is called the anaerobic endurance. And aerobic activities and aerobic endurance is for the long time and slow pace and continued presence of oxygen in muscles is called the aerobic endurance. So dear student, endurance is an important component of physical fitness. It is ability to withstand fatigue. It is a two type, already I have told, aerobic and aerobic endurance. The physiological factor that determine endurance are here. You have to read now the physiological factors determining endurance. So first of all, you are watching the maximal oxygen uptake. So dear student, you know that oxygen is a so oxygen is very important part of our life. Without oxygen, without inhaling, you know that we can't alive. So oxygen is very important for us. So first of all, you have to read about the maximal oxygen uptake. So we have to try to that how can we get the maximal oxygen uptake. So it is determining the our endurance. So dear student, maximum oxygen uptake or intake, you can say the VO2 maximum, yani maximum oxygen uptake intake, VO2 max, refers refers to highest rate at which oxygen can be taken up and consumed by the body during intense exercises. So you know that the highest rate of the which oxygen can be taken up the consumed by the body during the intense exercise. Thus this the enhance the oxygen utilization during exercise will improve the mitochondrial respiration and subsequently endurance improve. So when we do the intense exercise, those these enhance the oxygen utilization. So whatever oxygen we are getting, that oxygen we are utilizing or not utilizing, we have to depend on our exercises and our body. So utilizing during exercise will improve the mitochondrial respiration. So mitochondrial respiration, you know that in our cells there are many kinds of the mitochondria found in our cells. So the respiration of mitochondrial respiration and subsequently endurance improve. So if the our mitochondrial respiration will be improved, then subsequently endurance, our endurance also can be improved. So maximal oxygen uptake and intake, it is very important for our improving endurance. So the second you have to read about the pulmonary diffusion. So do you understand the pulmonary, the many pulmonary veins, arteries they found in our whole body. So pulmonary diffusion is exchange the oxygen and carbon dioxide between the lungs and the blood. So pulmonary diffusion is exchange the oxygen and carbon dioxide between the lungs. So whatever the we breathe the oxygen, then pulmonary diffusion can exchange in our lungs, then we they absorb the oxygen and take out the carbon dioxide from the lungs and the blood. So more the faster pulmonary diffusion improve the endurance. So our faster pulmonary diffusion will be improved in our lungs, then we can also improve our pulmonary by the pulmonary diffusion. So we can also improve our endurance. So this is the second factor of the determining our endurance. So this next factor is cardiac output. So cardiac output, it is ability of heart to pump out blood in 1 minute. So how much blood pumping out by our heart in 1 minute, that is called the cardiac output. So it is the ability of heart to pump out in 1 minute blood in 1 minute. The cardiac output helps to circulate the blood to working tissues, thus endurance is enhanced. So our endurance can be enhanced when our heart that cardiac output will be improved, then our endurance can be also improved. So this the next point is aerobic capacity. So aerobic capacity, It is the capacity of individual to work for long duration with a slow speed. This ability improve the regular exercise. So this is also can improve our endurance power. So next, lactate threshold. So it is the ability to tolerate the lactic acid in blood. So you know that in our blood found the lactic acid. So it is the ability to tolerate how much we can tolerate the lactic acid in our blood. So producing the during the anaerobic activities, the better lactate threshold delays the fatigue and tiredness. So better lactate threshold delay the fatigue and tiredness, thus endurance improves. So lactate threshold will be better, and that can be delay the fatigue and tiredness, then it can also improve our endurance. So next point, blood volume and flow. So this kind of endurance activities need sufficient amount of oxygen and nutrients, all nutrients which are transported by blood. So all oxygen or nutrients that is transported by the blood. So blood flow will be good, blood volume, blood flow will be good. That can also improve our endurance activities, endurance power. The regular training increase the hemoglobin in red blood cells. You know that the hemoglobin carry oxygen in our blood. So when we do the continued training, regular practice, regular exercises, then we can improve the increase the number of hemoglobin in our blood. The red blood cells also can be improved and increase the blood plasma. So blood plasma is very important. It can also improve the blood plasma will be increased. Then why is the endurance is boosted. Then why by this our endurance power can be also boost. It can be also improved. Next point is student, red muscles fiber. So red muscles fiber, you know that the red muscles fiber, slow twitch muscles fiber, they are the red muscles fiber that also called the slow twitch muscles fiber also called. They can carry the more oxygen, thus help the for aerobic endurance. So the red muscles fiber, slow twitch muscle, they can carry the more oxygen, thus helpful the aerobic endurance. Thus the higher percentage of red muscles fiber increase endurance. So if in our blood the number of the red muscles fibers will be increased, then endurance can be also improved. You know that the white muscles fiber also they can also can the fast twitch muscles fiber. So white muscles also can improve, then our speed also can be improved by the, and we can improve our endurance also. So next, hydration. So endurance activities causes the sweating and loss of the important minerals. So when we are performing any activities for the long term, so endurance activities cause the sweating. So you know that the many times we take out the sweets from the body and loss of the important minerals. Thus the sufficient amount of the water is required help which the improve the endurance. So we should take the proper amount of the water, and we can also improve our endurance, and we can also keep away from the dehydration. So why this the we have to complete our hydration by the taking the proper amount of the water, and we can improve our endurance. So this then to you have read about the few factors of the determining endurance. So now you have to read about the physiological factor of determining strength. So this student now you have to read about the how can we improve our strength, improve the strength. So first of all you have to read about the strength. So strength is the ability to resist the overcome resistance. So the strength is ability to resist or overcome resistance. It is the three types of maximal strength, explosive strength, and strength endurance. So strength is the three types: maximal strength, explosive strength, and strength endurance. So factor which affect the strength are given here. So muscles covering sarcolemma. So muscles covering sarcolemma, the muscles fiber covering the sarcolemma binds the muscles fiber to work together. So muscles fiber covering sarcolemma binds the muscles fiber fibers to work together. So you know that our muscles fiber they can work together. That's why and these all muscles covering by the sarcolemma. So the sarcolemma covering the increase the muscles cross sectional area and have the strength component. So these all muscles can also improve our strength power. So you know that white muscles fiber, which muscles fiber, fast twitch muscles fiber also called, have more connective tissues and they bring fast and strong contraction. So when white muscles fiber have the more connective tissues and they bring fast and strong contraction. So greater the percentage of white muscle fiber help in explosive strength. So if number of the white muscle fiber will be number of the my white muscle fiber increase in our body, then it can also improve our explosive strength power can be improved. So this time now we have to read about the muscular contraction. So muscular contraction is very important. The movement can be happen only by the muscular contraction. So muscular contraction of the two types, connective and concentric and eccentric. So concentric and eccentric, it is a regulates our muscles action is controlled manner. It helps in accuracy and efficiency of movement, thus help the strength development. So why this we can improve our strength. Now muscles length. So every muscle is of the different size. Long muscles have the more potential of strength as compared to small muscles. So when we perform the daily exercises, then we can also improve the length of the muscles, then we can also improve our strength. Next, nerve impulse. So nerve impulse are the brain masses to skeletal muscles. So impulse, the nerve impulse are the brain masses to skeletal muscles to the response. So you know that whatever we want to do, that first of all our brain can give the masses to our skeletal muscles, and by these skeletal muscles nerve muscles, by these nerve muscles the kind of message reach to the skeletal muscle, then we can respond any kinds of work. So the strong nerve impulse bring powerful contraction of muscles, thus the strength is higher. So the intensity of neuromuscular responses impulse the determining strength. So distance, so intensity of neuromuscular response. So intensity will be improved of the neuromuscular response, then it can also improve our, it can also determine our strength, it is also can improve our strength. So now adequate energies, the muscular movement needs sufficient energy. So greater number of mitochondria muscles fiber produce more energy. So you know that the mitochondria also called the electric house of the body. So you know that the greater number of the mitochondria in muscles, so number of mitochondria will be improved in our muscles and cells. Then in muscles fiber the produce a more energy and strong and longer muscular contraction can be occur. Next, age. So strength of muscles is maximum between the 20 to 40 years of age. So strength of muscles is maximum between 20 to 40 years of age, and it's gradually weakness. So after 40 years it can be gradually weakened. So it also depend on our age. Gender, men have the more strength as compared to the women due to the bigger and longer muscles length in males. So you know that the if our muscles length will be, the males have the long muscles fibers, that's why the man has the more strength than women. So body weight is also the related with the strength of individual. So we should the control the body weight, we can also improve our muscular power. So myoglobin, it is a types of protein. So myoglobin is a type of the protein present in muscles fiber to store oxygen which produce the energy during emergency. So it is the protein present in muscles fiber to store oxygen which produce energy during emergency. So myoglobin give the energy on emergency, thus the higher myoglobin increase the strength of individual. So higher myoglobin will be increase the strength of individual. So today we have read about the two topic about the factors which determine our endurance and strength. So I think that you have understood something about the which factors are determining our strength and endurance. So you have to revise everything. So whatever topics we are teaching, you have to write on your notebooks and make short notes, and you also revise at home, and whatever work you have completing, please show me. Okay, thank you, bye bye. Now we will meet soon with new topic. Okay, bye bye.